Good afternoon, traders. This is Chris Buss with Traders Profit Compass with your midday market pulse for Monday, October 12th. Okay, guys, we got a big day on our hands. Let's start out here with SPY and take a look. We gapped up this morning, leaving this $2 gap here, and we've built on those gains, pushing up. Now, I want you to take notice of this 354 level. That was the big breakdown candle from way back when in early September. So that would be an important level to recapture. And I would say, you know, if we get a push up there, you know, towards the end of the day, I think there's a good chance that it may have trouble there. You know, and as we always say, time frame is everything. If you're, you know, bullish longer term and you're not an active trader, there's no real reason to do anything. But if you are an active trader, I would expect some resistance there. And if I was long heading into that, I would be covering those longs and seeing if a potential short setup would emerge. And if it doesn't, if it pops above this 354, you just get long again. Now, maybe that doesn't all happen today, but what I'm saying is the first run at a well-defined level often has trouble, and you get at least some kind of a ricochet or rejection at that level. So if you're an active trader, keep that in mind. But otherwise, I mean, we're well on our way. We're easily above our trend line. Momentum is building. RSI is building. No particular difficulties that I can see on the near-term horizon. Here's the 30-minute chart. And as I said, you know, as we get up to the top, momentum starting to turn, or at least flatten out here. You can see we're well overbought. Now that isn't, you know, as we've said, that's not a reason to sell because you're overbought, because that can stay overbought for a long time. All I'm saying is we've had a big run. We're at the top of the range. We're coming up to key resistance. I wouldn't be adding now, let's put it that way. I would be looking, if I was an active trader, looking for a place in here where it's going to have difficulty and potentially roll over. And then, you know, if we were to get a check back to the trend, that's a great place to again go long. Qs. And I just noticed I don't have the comparable level put in here, but you can see we're right here at the moment, right here at this 296 level. That was the top of this big breakdown candle. Now we've also got this initial candle here, which is up a little bit higher. And you can see that price has backed off a little bit after that touch. So the same thinking applies. You know, you would expect some difficulty or a back off after hitting this resistance zone for the first time. And one thing that I was pointing out to traders in the trading room, our measured move out of all this consolidation was $20, which brings us to 300. We're already just a stone's throw away of this measured move target of $20 coming off of 280. That puts us back up at 300. So it didn't take long, but we're almost there in terms of our expectation on that measured move. Here's a 30-minute chart. I would certainly, as I said in my note, be ratcheting up your stops, moving up your strikes if you want to stay long, etc. Into this big run. We've got this big gap to fill now between essentially 289 and 286. So, and we've got the trend line in between. So, you know, if this were to roll out of here, roll down below 293, pretty good chance we're going to come back at some point to simply test this gap. And that would be a good place to set up for a long. I don't think that this is just, you know, just going to keep going and going and going. There's going to be a place where it's going to have trouble, and I think that place is coming up here pretty soon. IWM 2-hour. IWM has not really been the place to be today. I mean, it's doing fine. It's, you know, 50 cents. In the whole scope of things, that isn't a lot. You can see just starting to roll over here. We got a bearish PPO cross on momentum, and now the RSI trend line is threatening to break down below trend. 30-minute chart, you can see here, we were talking this morning about this midpoint line of the channel. We've dropped marginally below that now. So in order to kind of keep things rolling, the bulls have to recapture this midpoint line and keep it in the upper half of this channel. Otherwise, you know, it's probably going to dribble down here in the 162s where there's support and the trend line. If that happens and you want to get long, IWM, you know, value, cyclicals, financials, that kind of thing, that would be a good entry point down here towards 162. Man, the fangs really blew out of the hole, didn't they? They had been dormant, you know, for quite a little bit of time, just kind of regathering themselves after this rug pull, and really came storming out of the gate this morning. Really led by Facebook, started with a gap up. Just as a point of trading, had a first push and a tag of 273, and then came back. And then this second candle never exceeded the low, so that would have been a nice place to try a long against the opening low. And if you did that, you were on board a gravy train. So that was well done. But look here, just as we've talked about, we've got a gap, we've got resistance here at 278.75. Now it's having trouble. I wouldn't be surprised if it either consolidates a bit here under resistance or pulls back a little bit. Just, you know, it's you know, just the thrust is probably over short term, and it needs to gather some more energy. Now going forward, this gap is $2.50 wide, $2.50 from basically, actually maybe a little bit more than that, 278.75 up to 282.50. So that would definitely be a worthwhile long, breaking into that gap and looking for a gap fill up to 282.50, because then after that you've got 285, and then you're back up to 290 again. So things happen fast. It really does. So watch that this afternoon. If this thing stays strong, you may get a push into this gap towards the close today, and that would be this 278.75. That would be a great place to roll up your stops and possibly, book this win and go up to a higher strike. That takes the possibility of them taking it all back and, ruining your win. Takes that off the table. You will have put all this in the bank, and then you start fresh here at 278.75 with another long trade. Apple's doing good. Made that opening gap and has pushed up to 123. That was a level that we had marked a long time ago. As long as it stays above 123, I think you're okay. Any pullback below, then you're probably going to have some either consolidation below 123 or some type of a gentle pullback. They've got their event tomorrow, so I guess this is, enthusiasm about that, which is weird because they knew about, everybody knew about it on Friday, yet it didn't do anything. So, I mean, that's markets. Hard to figure out. But if you had all of this morning and you were long, why not book it, start fresh at 123, and then see if we can go back towards the highs, knowing that you have all that in the bank already. Tesla not really doing much today. I mean it's doing fine. It gapped up and is sitting here, but there doesn't seem to be a lot of juice behind it. The door is still open to 450, but then that's your real level of the bulls needing to take out 450 to push higher. Amazon, really nice day, 5%. Gapped up from Friday's close, gapped up above 33.35 resistance, and has since pushed higher and is above 34.50. You can see that there's a gap here up to 35.25. I think right here, it's my style of trading, but when you've got that nice win in the bank, I think it's quite comforting to book it, know you got the money in the bank, start fresh here at 34.50, and then start a whole new active sequence with your trades, knowing that your win is already booked, and then this is all gravy on the top. Google had a nice day, up almost 4%. Big gap and then a push up here to 1567. I think that's your kind of your new stop level. As long as you're above 1567, I think the door is open for another 20 bucks up to 1589. Strong momentum profile, strong RSI profile. Everything looks good. Microsoft, this was the one we were in or are in. Gap up, pushing past 221 and now up to 223. I'm still looking for 225. I went ahead and rolled the position from our 215 up to 222.50 out in October 23rd. And if everything goes according to Hoyle and we get a pre-market push and everything stays bullish, I can see us getting to 230 in a couple of weeks, maybe sooner. But really nice chart. We got one in the bag for this one, and now we're looking for the second half of the trade to pan out. We took our position in the precious metals. Gold's really not doing much today. Silver's up a little bit, very little bit. Took our position in the gold miners in December 42, just slightly out of the money with a stop just below the 50 EMA at 39.95. We'll see what happens. I think we've got a good tight objective entry and looking for higher prices going forward. I was disappointed on this K-Web, gap up out of the gate. I was hoping, really the entry should have been Friday. Doesn't mean we can't enter here, but I sure would have liked to get something closer to 72. We could use this level here at 73, as a line to shoot against, but it's certainly not as strong as the 72 would have been. So I'm kind of hunting for opportunities right now. Team, big smackdown at resistance. Nice example why you don't front run breakouts, because a lot of times it doesn't happen. Now actually, there's a better than, or let's say a 50-50 chance that it comes back down to the bottom of the box. We'll have to wait and see. Same thing with Uber, bad rejection right here at 38. And this is all in the backdrop of a big green day. So, that's disappointing. I was hoping for a breakout here that we could have grabbed this morning, and just didn't happen. Jamia, I think I had made mention of it last week. I hard to buy it right here. It's probably going higher. I should have got it, below 11, had a couple chances to do that even like Friday and today. Didn't pull the trigger, and then it took off. So I still got my eye on it, still hopeful we can get a good entry, but not so much right at the moment. So that's all I have for you at midday. Nice strong day today. We got some names working. I didn't make mention of Fastly, FSLY, kind of taking the day off. It's been on a hot run, so maybe it'll participate in the afternoon. But we've rolled up a couple of times, put a lot of money in the bank, so that one is, still okay. And then Neo is not doing much, and GRGW, what is that ticker? Let me look here real quick. GRWG, there we go. Is making some headway, but not tremendously quickly. So we'll see how it goes, but nothing distressful so far. So been flipping through a lot of charts, looking for opportunities. And if you have anything that you're excited about, please pass it along. We'll take a look at it, and might be a good opportunity for everybody to participate in. So anyways, thank you for your time this afternoon. Please hit the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And check over in the show notes for links to the blog and to my content, so you can stay up to speed on what's happening in the markets, both pre-market, aftermarket, and during the day. This has been Chris Buss with Traders Profit Compass. Talk to you next time.